Is there any influence, cinematically speaking, from any directors or any screenwriters that you particularly look at?
I'm sure that's all in the mix, you know. I mean, I grew up, loved movies, loved to read, so had a voracious hunger for stories, right, in all kind of different forms. And certainly comics were a huge part of that. And I'm writing comics because I loved comics, and you know, as a kid said I wanted to write comics, and I love comics that aren't ashamed of being comics. You know, sometimes they're comic books that feel like this is a screenplay that someone wants to make a movie of, but we're going to make a comic first. I don't like that. I like comic book stories that want to be comic book stories. But certainly films have been a big part of my life, and I've always had, you know, a long list of favorite directors. I'm a huge Stanley Kubrick fan. I loved Oliver Stone was my favorite director, you know, when I was a kid. I'm a big Tarantino fan, and I love, you know, Kurosawa and Sergio Leone, and so the Sergio Corbucci, and so many of the Italian westerns from back in the day. So I think you can see bits of that in a lot of things I've done. I mean, there's a lot of Italian western in Scalped.
Nice.
You know, there's some of that in The Goddamned. So yeah, I think you can see influences of different films kind of sprinkled all throughout my work.